Hey yo, football fans, it's another great year. Fantasy football fiends, grab your beer. Giving you the best draft tips for all your picks. Starts and sits to the waiver wire fix. From mock drafts galore to stats that's hardcore. Triple F does it all, have y'all screaming more. So sit back, relax, let the experts prevail. JT Magnum, Siggy Guns never fail. What's up, fantasy football fans? My name is JT Magnum. Welcome back to Fantasy Football Fiends. We are doing our rankings, our top quarterback rankings. This is the top 20 quarterbacks in the draft. We're not doing top 30 because you never really have 3 quarterbacks on your team, and usually it's about 2 or so. So anyways, we're doing the top 20. I'm going to start off from my 20 through 11. And this is a lot different because we usually don't do that. We usually talk about a lot more, but this time we're going to do it this way. So my 20, because we're shorting videos for you. That's what we're doing. That's what we do at Fantasy Football Fiends. My 20 through 11 is 20, Andy Dalton, Matt Ryan, Dak Prescott, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Alex Smith, Marcus Mariota, Tyrod Taylor, Derek Carr, Tom Brady at number 12. I know because he's missing 4 games. Kirk Cousins at number 11. And I'll talk about Marcus Mariota. Here's a guy to me that is just, he's one of those guys that I think is going to break out this year. And the reason why he's a running quarterback, these running quarterbacks seem to be the guys that are just tops in fantasy because not only are they doing it with their arms and throwing touchdown passes, they're doing it with their feet and scoring touchdown runs or breaking out with a lot of yards rushing. So they're like a dual threat. And you get that with Mariota because he's one of those quick release guys. He likes to hit people. He gets quick touchdown passes. And then of course, as you've seen last year, he had like a 80 or 90 yard almost touchdown run. The guy can break out. So he's a guy that I look forward to watching and checking out in fantasy football. He's a guy that you can target really late in fantasy drafts. You can beef your team up with running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. And then at the end, get a guy like Mariota because nobody really, he's fallen in almost tons of drafts or mock drafts that I've been in. He's at least fallen to at least sometimes 10th, 11th round. So he's a guy you can get really late, and he's a guy that could probably be really productive for you this year. Who's your 20 through 11?
Mine is almost the same as yours, but it's like flipped around. I have Ryan Tannehill, Derek Carr, Tyrod Taylor, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, and Phillip Rivers with Andy Dalton rounding up to number 10 or 11.
11, yeah.
So that was 20 through 11. I'll talk about Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to be the quarterback that has a breakout year. One, because Washington just throws a lot all of a sudden. You know, they used to be more of a running team. Alfred Morris is gone now, so Matt Jones is going to be the guy that's, running the ball, which means they're not going to run the ball much. So they're going to be a team that just throws and throws and throws. Dotson now is a receiver there. They still got Deshaun Jackson. They still got Pierre Garçon. I think Kirk Cousins is set up to have a very good Phillip Rivers type of production. And to explain that, I'm not saying that he's going to be a great quarterback in the NFL in regards to, making the Washington Redskins be 12-4 or anything like that. But he's going to have one of those where you look at the stats and be like, wow, he threw 4,500 yards, or wow, he threw 4,800 yards and had, 25, 30 touchdowns. He can have all that. Oh, and then I forgot about Jordan Reed too. Reed is healthy, and that's one of his favorite targets, especially in the red zone. So, he has a lot of weapons all of a sudden. So I just think Cousins' production is going to be even more impressive than what it was when people thought that it still should be RG3, behind him. So I think he's going to have a breakout season.
Yeah, he also has Vernon Davis, the guy you never really hear about much anymore. But two tight end sets with Jordan Reed and Vernon Davis is almost like a linebacker and safety mismatch nightmare.
Yep.
So even though Vernon Davis completely fell off the face of the earth when it comes to any kind of stats or any kind of anything, but still, he's still the threat out there anytime to with his speed. So. I think he's gonna have a phenomenal year too. I have him rated at number 11. So, but my 10 through 1, I have Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Blake Bortles, Carson Palmer, Drew Brees, Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Cam Newton, of course, number 1. And I'll talk about number 9, my Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is a guy that he just, for some reason, every year he's tops in stats in fantasy football. It just somehow makes it. Last year he did it with no wide receivers. Basically, Keenan Allen was hurt. Mm-hmm. He was doing it with wide receivers that they just signed off the street. The guy is just a phenomenal quarterback and can still get the job done. And now this year he's got Travis Benjamin. He's got Keenan Allen back. He's got Danny Woodhead, of course, Melvin Gordon, hopefully running the ball better. Of course, Antonio Gates and Hunter Henry, the rookie tight end. He's got some weapons this year that he can work with, and when he's had weapons, he's been able to put up some numbers. And I think Phillip Rivers is going to have a phenomenal year this year. He's not a running quarterback. Obviously, he doesn't get you anything with his legs, but he makes up for it with a lot of passing attempts, a lot of yards. And San Diego is not going to be in a lot of games this year, so they're going to be passing the ball a lot. So who's your 10 through 1?
My 10 through 1 is Blake Bortles, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, Carson Palmer, Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, and I have it flip-flopped here. I have Cam Newton 2 and Aaron Rodgers 1. I'll talk about Andrew Luck. He is back from his injury, and we still have him as a top 10 quarterback, so a lot of people are going to be wondering, do you trust him? Well, the thing is about the Indianapolis Colts, and it was evident last year whenever he was hurt, there's still a team that has to rely on the pass, because if once he was hurt, they try to run the ball and it just wasn't working out. Frank Gore is a serviceable running back, but he is up there in age. He had a lot of carries. They say they want to limit him a little bit this season. And obviously with Andrew Luck back and healthy, they don't have to worry about him needing to run the ball. Moncrief is going to be there. T.Y. Hilton, all the important pieces are there for Andrew Luck to succeed. And obviously he knows the system. And as long as his shoulder holds up, he's still going to have a 4,000 to 5,000 yard season. And he's always a threat to throw 30 plus touchdowns. So even with his questions injury wise, I think he should be okay. And he still warrants top 10, quarterback ranking.
Most definitely. He disappointed last year, but that was a lot because he was just injured. So
yeah, I mean, that's what in the end that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to, let us know what you think of our rankings. I'm sure that you have some guys in there. Maybe we don't, or maybe you guys want to talk about some other people or have some questions on some others. Don't forget to leave those in the comment section and let us know what you think. All right. So for Fantasy Football Fiends, JT Magnum and Siggy Guns, we out. Peace, y'all.